Hello, my brothers and sisters globally. Welcome to weekly Sunday meeting. We make this inspirational meeting to think and feel uh, anew, set up the goals for the week, and analyze the past week how it was. And we are doing by reading the scriptures and different psychologies and everything that could empower us for a week ahead. So let's go forward. We are doing it online in the Zoom meeting. You could join it. Just contact me. My number is below in the description of this video. So let's start with reading what inspired humankind during the ages. This is World Scriptures. And the chapter that I choose is the image of God. Since like to understand where we are going, we're supposed to understand our origin, God, and also we alone could do a part of the job, but if you do it with God, we will have much help, as are many cultures ask God in prayers to help them, many people, and in many cultures they ask their ancestors to help them. So let's see how it works. Let's start to read. The image of God. How can we describe a human being's likeness to the divine? This and the following section explore the topic from this aspect. Human beings are created in God's image. We are vessels for God's indwelling spirit, and we are God's beloved children. Jewish and Christian scriptures teach that man was created in the image and likeness of God. The image of God speaks to the ideal of holiness, truthfulness, righteousness, and charity. The saint of self-realization person is like heaven, manifesting the character of God. To teach this ideal requires a transformation of the inner man, or as Father Moon put it, a revolution of character. Father Moon teaching seeks to get at some of these ways that human beings resemble God. He examines God's attributes, omnipotence, omniscience, absoluteness, eternity, etc., and explain that human beings strive for these same qualities. Therefore, possessing these qualities in our heavenly birthright, furthermore, the scriptures affirm that man and woman are equally in the image of God. Since God created human beings to be nothing less than his counterparts, with whom to share his complete love, human beings should resemble God to the fullest extent. Thus, had the human beings not been marred by the fall, we could attain the fullest manifestation of God's image as a man and woman in the union of marriage. How human beings resemble God. God said, like us, make man in our image, after our likeness. Genesis 1:26. O Son of Man, veiled in my memorial being and in the ancient eternity, my essence. I knew my love for thee, therefore I create thee, have engrafted on thee my image and revealed to thee my beauty. Hidden words of Baha'u'llah, Arabic 3 Baha'i Faith. Rabbi Akiba said, beloved is man, for he was created in the image of God. But it was by a special love that it was made known to him that he was created in the image of God, as it is taught. For in the image of God made he man. Genesis 9:6. Mishal Avor 3:18 Judaism. So set your purpose for religion. As a man by nature upright, the nature friend of God in which he has created man. There is no altering the laws of God's creation. That is the right religion. Quran 30:30. Comfort yourself for the character of God, fire blazing from the earth. The superior man reflects in his person heaven's virtue. 1 King 35 confession. If we keep unprevailed the human heart, which is like unto heaven, and receive from earth that is God. Revelation to Mikado Seva Shinto. Looking first of at absolute justice, beauty, and temperance, and again at the human copy, they will mingle and temper the various elements of life into the image of a man. This is a human being conceived according to that other image which when existed among the men. Homer calls the form of likeness of God. Plato, the Republic Hellenis. As God is called merciful and gracious, so you be merciful and gracious, offering gifts great gratis to all. As the Lord is called righteousness and loving, so you be righteousness and loving. Sifri Deuteronomy Judaism. God is never in any ways unrighteous. He is perfect righteousness, and he of us who is the most righteous is most like him. Plato, Tretios Hellenis. Very interesting. That which is the finest essence this whole world has, that as the soul, that is reality, that is the self, that art thou. Chandagura Upanishad Hinduism. A little bit from Buddhism, veiled by ignorance, the minds of the man and Buddha appear to be different, yet in the realm of mind essence, they are both of on test. From the Bible, and the Lord said to Moses, say to all the congregation of the people of Israel, you shall be holy, for I, the Lord, you God, am holy. And from African religions, Father Almighty force, that force which is everything, came down between us, fill us, uniting, we became like thee, and until we became like thee. And further, now what do you think Vaseta is Brahma, the supreme being, in possession of wives and wealth, or is that not? He is not Gautama. In his mind full of anger, free from anger, Gautama, it is the mind full of malice or free from malice, Gautama. In his mind, tarnished, or it is pure. It is pure Gautama. Has he self-mastery, or has he not? He has Gautama. Now, what do you think, Vaseta? Are the Bahramit verses in the Vedas in possession of wives and wealth, or are they not? They are not, Gautama. Have they anger in their hearts, or have they not? They have, Gautama. Do they bear malice, or do they not? They go, Gautama. And their pure heart are they are not. They are not, Gautama. Have they self-mastery, or have they not? They have not, Gautama. Can there then be agreement and likeness between Brahmins with their wives and property, and Brahma, who has none of these things? Certainly not, Brahma. That then what is Brahma vessel in the Vedas, who also live married and wealthy, should after death when the body is dissolved, became united with Brahma, who has none of these things. Such a condition of thing is impossible. Now, what do you think? Veseda, will the monk who live according to the Dhamma be in possession of women and wealth, or in the not? He will not, Gautama. Will he be full of anger or free from anger? He will be free from anger, Gautama. Will his mind be full of malice or free from malice? Free from malice, Gautama. Will his mind be transmitted or pure? It will be pure, Gautama. Will he have self-mastery or will be not? Surely he will be, Gautama. Then, as you say, the monk is free from household and worldly cares, free from anger, free from malice, pure in mind and master of himself, and Brahma also is free from household and worldly cares, free from anger, free from malice, pure in mind and master of himself. Is there then agreement and likeness between the monk and Brahma? There is, Gautama. Then verify that the monk who is free from household cares should, after death, when the body will dissolve, become united with Brahma, who is the same. Such a condition of thing is in every way possible. Digna Nikaya 1331 34 Teviga Sutra Buddhism. What is a man? Man, I'm from Christian Science. Let's read a bit. What is a man? Man is not matter. He is not made up of brain, blood, bones, and other material elements. The scriptures inform us that a man is made in the image and likeness of God. Matter is not that likeness. The likeness of spirit cannot be so unlike spirit. Man is spiritual and perfect, and because he is spiritual and perfect, he must be so understood in Christian Science. Man is idea, the image of love. He is not physic. And further, let's read the second coming Messiah, teaching of Sun and Moon. God make us in his image, like himself. That means the Father resembles us just as we resemble the Father. So when someone asks you, what kind of being is God? You can answer, he is someone like me. Like me, like everybody of us, brothers and sisters. This answer will hit the mark. God created all creatures to take after his image, and among them he particularly created human beings to represent his character and be so co-creator. Human beings should have the same attributes of feeling and thinking as God does. If God rejoices, human beings should rejoice with him, and if God grieves, human beings should grieve with him. Unless people are able to experience the same feelings as God, no matter how much can God love them, they cannot attain a state of harmony and oneness with him. In sum, God necessarily had to create object partner to share his love. Hence, God created human beings with the capacity to rejoice with God and experience his love. Again, God created human beings with the same value as the absolute being, that they might stand as his object partner. People are fond of things that resemble them. Whom does the world resemble? In the future, whom should the ideal world resemble? It must resemble God. It says in Genesis 1:27, God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. Indeed, God created man and woman in his image. We like things that resemble us, and we can surmise that God likes us because we resemble him. God created all creatures in heaven and on earth, and he is pleased when they resemble him. Since we are created to resemble God, we want to make ourselves like him. God is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent. So, mm, what must be like in order to resemble God. As God is eternal, we also must be eternal. As God is omnipresent, we also must be omnipresent. That is why we want to live anywhere in the world. We want to be omniscient and omnipotent and embrace the entire world at once. In what respect would God most like us to resemble Him? More than omnipresent, more than omniscience, omnipotence, more than uniqueness. He most wants us to resemble Him in love. The day when we come to resemble Him in love, we can lose everything and still it will follow us wherever we go. A woman can be so ugly as to be not worthy a penny, but if she has loved a young man as handsome as a stallion will pursue her. A true person is one who resembles God. To establish a world abound in the true people that we need is not a political revolution, but a revolution of character. A revolution of character is the revolution that transforms us into the true human beings who resemble God's character. It uplifts people character to the standard of God's character. God is the most public-minded being, whereas, whereas Satan is the most self-centered being, private and selfish to his bone marrow. Thus, God's formula to restore human beings aims for us to become God's-like. This means that we must sacrifice what is personal and uphold what is public. Each of us must embody the spirit of altruism and service to others. A selfless and public-minded person will prosper because he or she is the image of God. The selfish, self-centered person will decline because he is the opposite to God, in the image of the betrayer. This is a law of heaven. Yeah, this is very interesting, brothers and sisters. The scriptures said that if somebody asks you what God looks like, you're supposed to say, He looks like me. Yeah, good message. So let's read a little bit from my book, Happy Marriage Blessed by God. And the chapter is God's Blessing Marriage Era. Today's world, after chaotic, painful love relationship history, moved more than ever and is thirsty for love based on eternal, unchanging God's values. Nowadays, solving relationship problem by humans straight alone has reached its limit since solving this issue is impossible without eternal values given by unchanging God. God created human beings as everything in nature, plus and minus and mineral world, male and female animal world, and finally humans as first couple Adam and Eve. After they get to maturity, God wanted to give to them the highest gift of love, marriage blessing. He entrusted them a certain responsibility to not eat the fruit of the tree of knowledge, means to not have a sexual relationship before marriage. However, an addiction to illicit sexual relationship, they miss a lot of other problems which have been planted there and passed further to all their descendants, humankind, and it multiplied geometrically. God is showing us different forms of love in nature to give us ideal how to restore pure love and enrich true love. Love with God is a private matter, and love relationship participates to body and to mind. And when the unity of husband and wife is achieved, God is totally intoxicated with love of a couple. Family is supposed to form opposition foundation of love centering on God with the unity of spouse and bringing life to their children. Every act of intimate love is to raise couple to the next level of love. Thus, perfection is possible only in marriage during lifetime. Level by level, purify before marriage, perfecting love through husband and wife relationship, and developing parental love. Perfect families are those where God lives together with them. Perfect family is based on God's love. More about my other book, God's Global Trends. All, yeah, this book we read it previous week. You could see the video in our channel, God's Global Trends, in the morning inspirational meeting. So further, all married couples wonder for God's blessing nowadays for perfection. We live in the very important era of God's marriage blessing. In this age, finally, God could bless all families globally. Before, heavenly parents couldn't bless marriages. Therefore, so many problems exist. Love without God doesn't have this glue. Thus, many couples separate. Why God created the first couple? Because God, as absolute love being, needs an object of his love. Thus, he could find love only in marriage. Logically, Jesus being a Messiah, a man also supposed to get married. Today, God's marriage blessing definition is to change current lineage to the God's lineage. Nowadays is vital for every marriage globally to receive God's marriage blessing, develop it in the marriage relationship, and pass to the best example to inherit for others. There are very famous very famous Italian spiritualist testimony that blessed couples have great value for God. Please read about in my other book. That's how Heavenly Kingdom was built. Who will like my video and subscribe to my channel will receive this book for free. That's how Heavenly Kingdom was built. So please like it, share it to all your friends in this billions happy likes marathon. Further, let's read. Furthermore, God give his marriage blessing through his mediator, through parents. Through parents, additional to God's marriage blessing, showing a marriage example, and give to all families inspirational teaching. There are most comprehensive true parents teaching in thousands of volumes with hundreds of books about true family values and marriage blessing. Please don't hesitate and receive vital God's marriage blessing as soon as possible. Those who want to receive marriage blessing, just contact me. The contact is below, and there are teams in every country that could give that blessing to you, couple. So, brother and sister, it's so interesting today meeting. We read this holy scriptures, world scriptures from different religions and from the Messiah second coming. So please practice this. What you have, you could watch this video and see what is quote for the week, what will help you to get the most from the next week as we prepare for new year to end good this year. It was very difficult in this pandemic time, but we have great hope that next year will be much better. So let's work with unite together with God and all God's global family as we are brothers and sisters. For me, it was very inspired this quote, and I will take it to practice it. A selfless and public-minded person will prosper because he or she is the image of God. That's all for today. Good inspirational meeting this for the week ahead. We please join us. Also, we have in morning meetings to get empowered every day with good quotes and to practicing daily every hour and every second. We analyze them in the evening devotion meetings globally at 21:00 your local time. You have this global prayer chain, and also you could send you prayer requests that we could pray you globally and there was a lot of miracles happen. So to receive salvation and blessing, contact us. The contact is below. Join our membership. Subscribe to this our video channel, Message to Billions, and share it real for billions. Have a good week, brothers and sisters. Contact me anytime. All the best.